FSC Biology Quick Summaries. Chapter 22, first half, Variation and Genetics, the most important for the preparation of BPSC lecturer and subject specialist zoology and biology. In this first half of chapter 22, we shall discuss these topics: genes, alleles and gene pool, and we shall end at epistasis and pleiotropy for this first half. Hazur Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, choose well your mate for your semen as the hidden traits can reappear. Takhrij al-Hadith al-Ahya, volume 2, chapter 2 and hadith number 4. Let's start. Genes, alleles and gene pool. Basic unit of biological information or biological inheritance as part of DNA base sequences is called gene. Position or home of a gene on chromosome is called its locus. Partners of a gene pair are called alleles, and that partners may be up to 300, but a single individual has only 2 of them. Each allele of a gene pair occupies same locus on its respective homologue, and that locus remains same throughout the population of that same species. Phenotype is appearance of a trait that we can see with our naked eyes, while genotype is genetic complement or genes behind that phenotype. All the genes or alleles found in a breeding population at a given time constitute its gene pool, and that beanbag genetics helps to imagine overall alleles of a population, that a bag is filled with the beans. Number of diploid individuals will have double the number of alleles for single trait. How? Because single individual has 2 copies of the alleles, so the number of alleles will be double. Jumping genes do not settle on their loci or position, but keep on hopping or jumping on chromosome. That's why they are given this name. Mendel's laws. Mendel performed series of breeding experiments on Pisum stivum for 11 years. So Pisum stivum is actually the scientific name of garden pea. Garden pea is self-fertilizing and hermaphrodite, and these are the some features due to which Mendel selected this plant. He focused on 7 contrasting traits. Now, what are contrasting traits? Actually, those traits which have only 2 phenotypes or 2 expressions only, they are called as contrasting traits. After establishing 14 pure breeding lines, why 14? Because every trait has 2 phenotypes, so 7 contrasting traits will have 14 different phenotypes. That's why 14 pure breeding lines of 7 characters. He cross-fertilized plants that differ only in 1 character, and if the plants are differing only in 1 character, that kind of cross is called as monohybrid cross. He crossed true breeding round-seeded male with true breeding wrinkled female, and that male and female is not fixed because he also crossed reciprocally later on. He called it P1 or first parental and offspring as F1 first filial. All the F1 were round with complete dominance because round is dominant. Then he self-crossed F1 with each other, and F2 were 75% round and 25% wrinkled. So wrinkled appeared again in F2. Then he self-fertilized F2 and found that 1/3 of round produced all round, while 2/3 of F2 produced both round and wrinkled produced only wrinkled. Now, how he interpreted these results, let's discuss. He proposed that each contrasting form of a trait was determined by hereditary factors, and which he called those factors as elementon. Each plant has a pair of elementon, one from male and other from female. Both these factors control expression of a trait at a time, and if a single is present, it cannot control that trait. Johansen renamed these factors as genes, so actually he changed the word elementon into genes. Mendel inferred or draw concluded that each pair separate during gamete formation, and each gamete receive one of the factor or allele, and they are restored again in the zygote after fertilization. F2 phenotypic ratio was 3:1 while genotypic ratio of F2 was 1:1, and that F2 ratios have already been asked in the past papers. Law of segregation states two coexisting alleles for each trait are homologs, separate or segregate from each other at meiosis, and each gamete receive only one and unite again after fertilization in the zygote. That is called law of segregation. Test cross, very important. A cross used to test the genotype of an individual showing dominant phenotype, like all the plants are tall and we don't know which tall is homozygous tall, which tall is heterozygous tall, because we cannot see their genes. So how we can check whether they are dominant or whether they are heterozygous or homozygous, and that purpose is done by test cross. Dominant phenotype is crossed with an individual showing recessive phenotype. So always in a test cross, we cross that individual with a recessive phenotype. Now, if the offsprings are 100% dominant or tall, then the genotype of trait being tested is homozygous dominant, and if the offsprings are 50% tall or dominant, then the dominant trait is heterozygous. These two results are actually used to test the heterozygosity or homozygosity of the individual which we are interested. Like for example, if a round is crossed with a wrinkled, all will be round, and if a round is crossed with a wrinkled and round is heterozygous, then the 50% will be round and 50% will be wrinkled. So these two results will tell us whether our interested individual is heterozygote or homozygote, and that is the basic purpose of a test cross. Dihybrid cross. Law of independent assortment states when two contrasting pairs of a trait are followed in the same cross, their alleles assort independently into gametes. Now in the segregation, we have seen that one trait can segregate independently. Now if we study two traits at a time and we observed that these two traits also segregate or separate independently of each other, so that law is called as a law of independent assortment for two traits. The cross between dihybrids which are heterozygous for two traits simultaneously is called a dihybrid cross. Mendel found 9:3:1 ratio as a result of dihybrid cross in F2. Alleles of one trait assort or independently assort of other trait alleles during gamete formation. Product rule states that when two independent events are occurring simultaneously or at a time, the ratio of each giant phenotypic combination can be obtained by multiplying the probabilities of individual or single phenotypes. Now you can understand this product rule with the help of this example. For example, in F2, the probability of round is 3/4 while for yellow is 3/4. So how we can calculate the product of both these frequencies or alleles? Simply by multiplying the numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So 3 into 3 will be 9, 4 into 4 will be 16. Now let's have a look at another example of this product rule. In F2, probability of round is 3/4 but of green is 1/4. So giant probability will be 3/16 because numerator 3 into 1 is 3 and denominator 4 into 4 is 16. That's quite simple. In the light of advanced knowledge, those alleles which are present on different chromosomes or on same chromosomes but at terminal loci which are exchanged during crossing over can assort independently only, but alleles present on same chromosomes on nearby loci do not assort independently. Mendel presented his studies to Brunn Society of Natural Science in 1865 and the work was published in 1866 in the Proceedings of that society. but work of Mendel laid neglected for 34 years, almost 16 years after his death. In 1900, Correns, De Vries and Schermach rediscovered his work and acknowledged. Now, very important activity. Melanin pigment is present in skin, hair and eyes in normal humans. Albinos totally lack melanin. Albinism is a recessive trait. Two normal parents have albino child. What is the probability that their next child will be albino? Now, two normal parents mean they both are carrier for albino recessive allele, because without being carrier, if one is homozygous, then the child will not be, because albino allele is recessive. So using Punnett scale, the probability of next albino child is 1 out of 4 or 25%. As albino is autosomal recessive trait, so if we draw the Punnett scale and predict the genotypic probability, that will look like this, and you can see only one is homozygous recessive, and that is albino. So the probability is 25% or 1 out of 4. Dominance. Physiological effect of an allele over its partner is called dominance in heterozygotes. If one allele completely express and other remain masked, it is called complete dominance, like capital T, small t, all will be tall. Incomplete dominance occurs when a heterozygote show new phenotype due to intermediate expression, and that new phenotype and intermediate expression are the keywords here to focus for the incomplete dominance. For example, pink flowers in 4 o'clock plant were discovered by Carl Correns, and he said that they are actually incomplete dominant. In incomplete dominance, both alleles are written capital but with a distinction like prime or dash. In F1, if F1 is self-crossed in 4 o'clock, all colors are produced. Red 1, pink 2 and white 1. So please remember that when all the colors of offsprings are produced in 4 o'clock, in F1 is self-crossed in F2. Codominance occurs when both alleles independently express. Please remember, independently express, and there is no intermediate, please. But two unique products from both alleles are formed, so that is codominance. MN blood typing. MN blood types were discovered by Landsteiner and Levine. This system was based on antigens present on RBCs, which stimulates specific antibodies to be produced. So making it simple, this MN typing is exactly same as ABO blood group system. There are three general phenotypes, MN and MN. M phenotype has antigen M and is produced by gene IM. N phenotype has antigen N and is produced by gene IN, while MN combination genotype phenotype has both antigens M and N and is produced by IM and IN, so that is codominance. If M is married to N, all the children will be MN, and this type of expression is termed as codominance. Heterozygote exceed in quantity of expression than both homozygotes, that is called overdominance, like fluorescent pigments in the eyes of Drosophila if the genes are one dominant and one recessive in the heterozygote. So if a heterozygote show more expression than the both homozygous or pure breeds, that kind of dominance is termed as overdominant. That is a single example in the whole book, so please remember it. Multiple alleles and ABO system. More than two alternative forms of a gene in a population is multiple alleles. So we see many of the alleles as multiple alleles in humans. So by studying multiple alleles, we can also conclude that Mendel's genetics is limited to only few organisms only, not overall. So the most important latest research show that the multiple alleles are actually the pin of the time. Most common example is ABO blood groups. ABO blood group system was discovered by Karl Landsteiner in 1901. ABO actually he Carl Landsteiner discovered ABC blood group, and then that C was actually replaced by O later on. So ABO has four distinct phenotypes on the basis of antigens. Bernstein, please remember, Bernstein explained genetic basis of ABO, genetic basis of ABO in 1925, that a single polymorphic gene I present on chromosome 9 encode all. Three multiple alleles are IA, IB and I. They are also called as LA, LB and simply L for the Landsteiner. Allele IA and IB are codominant to each other, but I is recessive to both. Blood group alleles start their expression at embryonic stage and keep on expressing till death. Now antibodies appear few months after birth. Antibodies are naturally present in blood. A antibodies agglutinize A antigen RBCs, while B agglutinize B antigen of RBCs. AB type do not have any antibodies, while type O have both antibodies. Serum containing antibodies is called antiserum or antisera. Incompatible infusion of blood result in hemolytic reaction, either reciprocally or antigen reaction to antibodies or antibody reaction to antigens. Blood can be safely transfused if there is no antibody antigen clash. Please remember, if there is no clash, then that can be transfused easily. AB is universal recipient while O is universal donor. Antigens A, B can be present in saliva or some other secretors as well. And these secretors actually have dominant SE gene on chromosome 19. Please remember. Negative analysis can be used to solve disputed parentage of the babies. Now what is negative analysis? Negative analysis actually that by rejecting that this baby does not belong to that parent. Very important activity. Two newborn babies get mixed up in the nursery of a hospital. Baby 1 is type B and baby 2 is type O. Determine their parentage from phenotypes of these two couples. Mr. Harris is type A and Mrs. Harris is type B, while Mr. and Mrs. Bilal are both type A. So the babies are type B and type O. So Mr. Harris type A and Mrs. Harris type B, how they have type A, we don't know. So the probability of the genes or allele combination in the type A may be IAA or IAI. Similarly, Mrs. Harris may have IBIB or IBI. Now the sperms of the Mr. Harris will be most probably either IA or I, and the egg will be IB or I. So the offspring may be IAIB, IAI, IBI. So the blood groups of the maximum probable offsprings of this couple will be AB, A, B, O, all the four types. Mr. Bilal has type A and Mrs. Bilal also have type A. So the alleles may be IAIA or IAI in both of them, and the sperms will be same IA or I, and similarly the egg may be IA or I. So the combination will be IAA, IA. So all the first three will result into blood type A, and only the fourth combination will result into blood type O. So in that case, we can assume that Mr. Bilal and Mrs. Bilal cannot have any child with blood type B. So after this negative analysis, we can say that the baby 1 belongs to Mr. and Mrs. Harris, while the baby 2 belongs to Mr. and Mrs. Bilal. So that is the reverse or negative analysis of the parentage. Rh blood system. Also discovered by Landsteiner in 1930s in a monkey named Rhesus, Rh factor is encoded by 3 genes C, D and E, which occupy tightly linked loci. Alleles of gene D occupy one locus, while C and E alternatively occupy. Alternatively occupy mean either C is present or E is present in the particular organism. Gene D is important and has two alleles, capital D and small d. Persons having capital DD and capital D small d have Rh factor on RBCs and are Rh plus, while anti-Rh antibody production requires stimulus by Rh antigen itself and in the antibodies of blood group ABO, we have seen that those antibodies are not actually stimulated by the antigens, but they are naturally present in the blood. Rh person cannot produce Rh antibodies unless exposed to Rh antigen. Now, Rh plus donor is totally incompatible for Rh negative recipient, while Rh negative can be transfused to Rh plus if it is never exposed to Rh antigen already. So, these 2 points are quite important and conceptual. Erythroblastosis fetalis, also called as maternal fetal Rh incompatibility. It results when Rh woman marries to Rh plus man and conceive a child who is Rh plus. If RBC of Rh plus fetus cross placenta and enter Rh negative blood of mother, it stimulates mother's immune system to produce Rh plus antibodies. When these Rh plus antibodies seep back through placenta to fetus, they start hemolysis. This results into anemia in the fetus, and fetus release immature erythroblast in the blood, and that's why this is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. If pregnancy persists and abortion does not occur, then breakdown of RBCs produce bilirubin protein, which cause yellowing of the eyes and skin, and that yellowing is also called as jaundice. So there are two effects actually, anemia and jaundice. First pregnancy may not face much problems, but second pregnancy, Rh plus fetus will suffer more erythroblastosis fetalis. Such condition is avoided in the females by Rh anti-serum injections to the mother, which actually destroy all the suspects. Epistasis and Bombay phenotype. When an effect caused by a gene at one locus interfere with or hide the effect caused by another gene at another locus, it is called epistasis. The expression of ABO antigen depends on H gene present on chromosome 19, and we know that ABO gene is present on chromosome 9. Antigen A and B can attach on RBCs if a sugar molecule is inserted in the glycoprotein precursors of RBCs. Without that sugar, antigen cannot attach and fall away from red blood cells. That sugar molecule is inserted by an enzyme which is produced by substance H, and substance H in turn is produced or changed by H genes. So, the expression of antigen A and B depends on the attachment with the RBCs, and that attachment actually depends on the H gene. So, indirectly, H gene control the expression of antigen A and antigen B, and that kind of situation is termed as epistasis. Recessive allele H cannot insert this sugar, so antigens A or B cannot attach, and such blood groups are phenotypically like O because they do not have antigen A or antigen B on the RBCs, but genotypically have IA or IB genes, and that unique organisms are termed as Bombay phenotypes. Pleiotropy. When a single gene affects two or more traits, single gene, single player, the phenomena is pleiotropy. Genes having multiple phenotypic effects are called pleiotropic genes. In Drosophila, white eye gene also affect shape of spermatheca or sperm storing organ. Growth rate genes in humans also influence weight and height. In cats, the dominant allele W cause pure white fur, also cause deafness. In homozygous recessive WW cats, melanocytes produce pigment for fur and also contribute to hair cells in inner ear. Hair cells in inner ear that sense sound. In capital W or dominant gene, the cats fail to develop melanocytes properly, causing both white fur and deafness. Hope you enjoyed the learning. Next lecture will be inshallah chapter 22 second half, and I shall try to be complete it in the single go variation and genetics. To watch other chapters, check the playlist or description. Thank you so much for staying with me. Allah Hafiz.